Okay, let's solve the next question. The next question is, again you have this code and then you need to pick up the programmable outputs, right? So now this time I have a list with elements like Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai and Kolkata, okay? And the pick values, could be from 0 to 3, and 0 and 3 are both inclusive. And then, now this time you have a nested loop. So for I in city, which means I will have the first element of the list of city, which means the value of I will be Delhi, right? And then j in range of 1 to pick. Be careful. The possible values, like I said, pick could be from 0 to 3. It could be 0, it could be 1, it could be 2, or it could be 3. Now, it cannot be 0 and 1 because the possible outputs, they have, some concrete outputs. If it's 0, the output, you won't have any outputs. The loop will not just run 1 to 0. Again, 1 to 1, the value over here will be skipped, which means again you will have no output as such. So for the value of pick as 0 and 1, you will have no outputs. But we have 4 possible outputs with values. So that means the value of pick cannot be 0 and 1, but it could be 2 and 3. Okay, it could be 2 and 3. So if the value of pick is 2, let's check, what could be the possible value, right? If the value of pick is 2, then, the value of j will be 1. The loop will run the inner loop will run just once if the value of pick is 2. Now, there are only 2 possible values for pick. It could be 2 or it could be 3. Let's start with the value of pick as 2. 1 to 2, right? For j, the value of j will be 1. Print I. Remember, the value of I is Delhi. Okay? For I in city, so the Delhi will be printed. And then the loop gets over, the cursor will go to the next line, and then it will go for the next outer loop. The next value of I will be Mumbai, right? And then again, for j in range 1, 2, the value of j will be 1. Print I, the Mumbai will be printed. Again, it goes to the next line, the I in city, this will be Chennai, okay? And then again, the inner loop runs just 1, which means the Chennai will be printed only once. So if you could just complete the code, the output is Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai and Kolkata. They will be printed one by one if the value of pick is 2. Okay. However, this is not just all. There are 3 more options to look into. Now the next possible value of pick, could be 3, right? If it's 3, then the inner loop will run 2 times. Okay, if the value of pick is 3, which is very much a possibility from this particular statement, so the value of j, the inner loop will run when the value of j is 1, and then again it will run when the value of j is 2. Okay, 3 is excluded, right? Now let's say if the value of pick is 3, so again, you start over again, the value of I will be Delhi. This inner loop will execute 2 times, right? So when it executes for the first time, Delhi will be printed with the cursor not moving to the next line. The output will be returned on the same line. Again, when the value of j is 2, the print statement will print Delhi once again with no spaces in between. So at the end of first outer loop, Delhi will be printed 2 times, right? And then the cursor goes to the next line. The next value of I will be Mumbai, and then this inner loop will run 2 times. In the process, Mumbai will be printed 2 times, and then again, same thing happens for the Chennai as well as the Kolkata, right? So again, at the end of the program, when the value of pick is 3, A option will be the correct option, right? So do we have any possible values, any other possible values for pick? The answer is no. So either it could be 0, it could be 1, it could be 2, or it could be 3. It cannot be 0 and 1 because we need to pick up from the 4 possible outputs, which all of them have values, right? So that will be our question. So the only alternatives or possible options left for the pick could be 2 or 3. If it's 2, then the loop will run just once, and then you have the option C as the correct option, and then the pick value could be 3, with which you have the only option available as A. So sorry, A, right? A, I should have changed this to B. So you have A and C as the correct options, right? Whereas these two outputs, cannot be a possibility, right? So with this, we have come to dealing with programs which involve the random functions, right? So I want you to be completely thorough with these kind of questions, because one such questions are bound to appear in the board examination, right? Now we'll just close this. I think we're done. Now let's move on to the next kind of just close this also. Let's have this here, and then what is the other one? Okay, I need to run this. Okay, I don't have to save this. Okay, we are done with the random module, right? Now there is another important module called string module. In this again, there are some constants. We'll try to just have a look at that. Import string. Now this is the module for the string, okay? And then, there are some constants, which you need to know. For example, ASCII letters, right? So now when I press enter, this particular constant, now this is not a function, alright? Function always has pair of bracket. So in a module, like I said, remember the module that we have created, 10 conversion, we took the example of 2 constants. Those were the freezing temperature in centigrade, freezing temperature in Fahrenheit, right? So if you want to check out those constant values, you can do it with the help of the module, right? So these are the lowercase characters, and then you have the uppercase characters. These are known as ASCII letters. And then likewise, now these are something which, if you could just have a look, that's more than enough. And then ASCII lowercase, okay? So when you press enter, you will see just the lowercase ASCII letters, and likewise you have string dot, and then ASCII, you have uppercase, right? You will just get to see the uppercase characters. And then likewise, the digits or the numbers which are supported by the programming language, if you want to show it, you have string and then you have digits, right? Be careful, you're not supposed to have the pair of braces because these are constants. Now these are the digits which are supported by the Python programming language. And then likewise, you have this oct digits, okay? Oct digits means the octal numbers. Octal means 8. So there should be 8 digits. Starting from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7 being the last octal digit, right? And then likewise, you could actually print the hexadecimal digits. Okay, so when you press, you will get to see the first number as 0 and the last number as F, right? And then you have the punctuation also, string dot punctuations. Punctuations. Okay, I think you're not supposed to put the S, string dot, and then you have punctuation. All right. So when you press enter, you will see all the possible characters, all the the special symbols which are used in the programming language of Python. Right. So these are like what you see is what you get. just know that the constants which are used to print the representation of the values of these constants, right? And then you have one important string function by the name of caps, cap each word. Remember? So just show you this. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, which I've explained already, but I'll just show you once again. String dot cap each, or is it cap words? And then let's say I have I love Python. Okay, let's try. Okay, there you go. So this is again a very important string function which will ensure that the first letter of each words are capitalized. How this function works is it uses three important functions which I've shown already in the last class. The first one is split. It will split the string values on the basis of white space characters. Okay, as of now the white space character is the space. But sometimes, I could also have something like this. Now let's say, I have Control C, I'll just copy and paste it, right? In between, I have the /n for the new line, I'll have /t for the tab, right? But when you run this, what happens is, say when you run this, you will still get the same answer, I love Python. So, what happens is, in cap words, the first step is, the whole string, is converted to list using the split function. And the splitting will take place based on the white space character. So which means all the white space characters will be removed. And then the individual word will form the individual elements of the list. And then the capitalized function, which converts the individual element, the first letter of individual element of the list to capital, and then finally you have the function of join. So in cap words, there are three built-in functions which are being used. The first one is the split. You should know the steps. Split and then capitalize, and then you have the join. So once you join all the elements of the list after capitalizing, they'll be separated by a space. Okay, so regardless of any kinds of white space character, be it /n, be it /t, they all will be removed after the splitting. Alright? So these are some of the built-in string functions which are really important. Now next up is how to create a package. Right? So let's check out one folder. Okay, let's say I go to videos folder. Okay, this is relatively cleaner. Now the next up is how to create a package. Now this is again an important topic, right? So you have understood what is the meaning of module. The module contains the functions, the statements, the literals, the variables, the docstring, right? And then when you combine all these modules, which are collected based on the nature of their functionality, since their functionalities are based on common ground, they all are collected, in the form of library, right? So package is again another alternative word for the library. Package is nothing but the collection of the modules, right? But the little difference, or that slight difference between the package and the library is something like a collection of modules which are common in nature with regard to their functionality. Package, is a container, which could contain, the folders or the directories. In each of these, you can have the modules and submodules. Again, you can have the sub-packages, right? So this is a good example. So the package is like a container of the sub-packages or the modules or the sub-modules, right? For example, lib computer subjects is an example of a package, or you would say library, right? And this I have a module by the name of details.py. Remember, the module is nothing but a common Python file with an extension of .py, right? And then in this package, again, I have another sub package called CS and then IP. In these two sub packages, again, I have modules like CS11 and CS12, IP11 and IP12, right? So this is one example of the package. So basically, the package is nothing but a container or a collection of the packages, the sub packages. In each of those packages, again, I could have the modules as well as the sub modules, right? So this is the meaning of the package. So what we'll do is we'll try to create our own package. Now that's important, right? So as of now, we have created a user-defined module, right? For example, you have the packages like the math, the string, and then in each of those packages or the libraries, you have the modules, right? So we'll try to create a package of our own. And this is going to be the example, right? So I'll just leave this. Okay, leave this aside. So the first step is you need to decide on the very structure of your package. It could be complicated at times. For example, since I prepared this already, it's easy to visualize or imagine, right? But at times the structure could be a little complicated. So first things first, you need to plan out the very structure of your package and you need to come up with something like this. That's the step number one. Step number two is you need to start creating the directory in the computer. You need to actually get on with the creation of the package, or you could actually call it as a directory structure. And then you will have the sub packages, the modules. Inside those modules, you will have the functions, you will have the classes, the objects. The second step is you need to move on with the actual creation of the directory structure. That's number two. And then number three is finally you need to associate the user-defined package as a part of the Python the package, so that you'll be able to gain access to those from any part of your program. Okay, so that's the third step. So the first one is decide on the very structure of the package. Second step is get on with the actual creation, and the third one is you need to have a kind, in a way, it's a kind of registering, as a part of the Python programming language, okay, or the Python interpreter. So we'll start. Now let's say the first things first, I need to create the package. Package is nothing but a folder or a directory, alright? So I'll first start with the package of a libcom subjects, right? So be careful with the spelling. Lib library com subjects, right? So this is the package or the folder, right? And then I open this. In this, I will have the module by the name of details.py, alright? So I'll just go to new, and then I'll come up with, sorry, it's not this. I need this, right? Okay, I need a Python file. So I'll go to the text file, and then I'll have the name changed to details, alright? And then change the extension. You have .txt. This .txt should be changed to, the py, right? So delete this, and then you have py, alright? And then press enter, and then say yes, it becomes the Python file, right? So in this, I would like to I'll just make some changes. So go to edit with IDLE, and then I'll make some changes, right? I'll add something, let's say def the subject list, right? This is just an example, all right? I'll come up with a function, and then in which I'll print a message saying there are 2 subjects in computers, and those 2 are computer science and IP, right? I just want to print this particular statement in the subject list, all right? And then I'll save this. Okay, I'm done with, I'll just close this. Okay, I'm done with the module called details.py. Up next is I need to create 2 more sub packages, right? So these are pretty simple. I go to new, and then I'll have to create another package. Now this time the name is CS, all right? And then likewise another package by the name of folder, all right? So you have here IP, and then in the CS folder again I need to come up with 2 modules, all right? So I'll just open this, and then I go to new, and then you have the text. The name is, you have, do you see this CS11, right? So I'll have CS11, and then txt should be changed to Python, right? Say yes. Okay, and then again, I'll just add 1 function. Okay, so div, and then the name of the function will be syllabus. All right, I'm coming up with a very simple example, and then print. Okay, this is the syllabus of this is CS and then 11, right? So that should be enough, and then I'll just save it. I'll save it, and then I'll close this. All right, okay, I have this. So in order to speed up the process for this, I'll just make 1 copy of this, Control C, Control V, and then I'll rename this as CS12. Okay, press enter, and then I need to make the changes in the function, right? So go to edit with IDLE, okay, and then the change that I have to make is I'll just change this to 12, right? Okay, close it, and then say yes, right? So likewise, I could do the same thing for the IP, all right? Just get inside and then come up with, you'll be able to do it, right? The steps, that I've done with regard to the creation of module inside the CS, again, same thing, do it in IP, right? So I won't show it, it should be pretty simple, right? So once I am done, one important thing to be noted is, now this particular package of lib computer subjects is a package, is a folder, it's not yet a package. In order to make it importable package, in order for the Python interpreter to recognize this folder as importable package in the Python program, we need to add a file by the name of init. Now that's important. So as of now, lib computer subject is not importable package. This is just a normal folder. So in order for Python interpreter to be able to recognize this as a package, therefore it could be importable, we need to add a special file by the name of init. So in this, what you need to do is, you need to go to new and create an init file. So the name of the init file should be, closely watched upon. You have 2 underscore, okay, 2 underscore, and then init, init, and then you have 2 underscore again, and then make sure that you change the txt to py, right? So press enter, and then say yes. Just the fact that this is stored in the lib computer subjects folder makes this package an importable package. So it is through this file the Python interpreter will be able to recognize this package as an importable package. Likewise, but you don't need to have any codes inside this init file, right? Just have this, that's more than enough. So why don't you make a copy and then paste it in this. Okay, if you do not have this, again, even though lib computer subject has become importable package, CS sub package is not importable unless and until you have this init file as a part of the sub package, right? So do the same thing in IP also, right? So in all the packages, in all the sub packages, in order to make them importable, in order to make them recognizable by Python interpreter, you should have the init file, right? So now we'll try to run this, right? So this particular lib computer subjects is in the folder of videos. So if I want to run it, I, as of now, should run it from the current folder. I should run it from the same folder, okay, same containing folder. So this particular package is in the video folder, and I should also access this from the current folder or from the same folder. So we'll try to do this. So we'll go to new, and then we'll create a Python file, right? We'll try to access this. Let's say main, right? And then I'll change this to py, press enter, say yes, right? And then I'll write some code. Go to edit with IDLE, okay? Now let's try to import the package and try to run one of those functions which are contained in the modules, right? So remember, the name of the package is, we need to write the complete name, that's important. Import, be careful of the spelling, right? Com subjects. Okay, so I need to have the name of the module, which is details, right? Okay, and then there is one function, right? Function in the details module, and that is the subject list, right? So we'll try to run that particular function, right? So the next up is we need to type the complete name, that's important. Subjects, okay, comp, and then subjects, and then you have the details, and then the name of the function, all right? Okay, so we'll just save it and then run and check what do we see. Okay, there you go. I get to see there are two subjects in computers, CS and IP. So this is the body of the function of the subject list, which is defined in the details module, which has been stored under the package of this, right? The lib computer subjects, all right? So this is how you're able to import the package, and then that's how you're able to run the function which is defined in the imported modules. Now you need to be careful, all right? Now let's say I want to run the syllabus of the computer science class 12. How you're going to do it, right? And in the CS sub package, there are two modules, CS11 and CS12. In CS11, we have this the function of syllabus, okay, syllabus, right? So how do you do this? Is again you have import, all right, and then lib, you have com, and then lib com subjects, right? Okay, you have something like this. Should I get the spelling right? Okay, good. And then the next package is CS. Now this time in the main package you have the sub package by the name of .cs, and then you'll have to specify the module. The module, there are two modules. The first module is CS11, right? Okay, you have CS11. Is this the one? Okay, let me check. There you go. You have CS11 and CS12, all right? And then once I'm done with this, how do I run the function of syllabus which is defined in CS11? Okay, so again, you could just have the whole package name, lib comp, okay, and then you have subjects. Now this is the name of the main package, the name of the sub package, and then this is the module, right? And then followed by the name of the function which is defined in the CS11. And remember the function name, it is syllabus. Okay, is this the one, right? And then save it, and then we'll run this. Okay, when you run this, there you go, we get the right answer of this is the syllabus of CS11, right? So again, go back and check for the syllabus of class 12, right? So we'll just change this to CS12. So this is the main package, sub package, and then you have the module, right? And then we need to again change this, right? And then save it. If you run this, you should get the output of this as the syllabus of CS12. So the same thing could be done for the second sub package, which is IP. Remember? And then in those two, I've not done it, but you can try for the sake of your practice. The second method could be with the usage of the from keyword, right? So we'll try that. Say from, the name of the main package is lib computer, and then you have subjects, right? And then you have this CS as the sub package, and from this particular package, I would like to import the module of CS11, right? So again, I could do this. This is just an alternative for the import statement, right? So with the help of from statement, you can do that. And then again, for this, the advantage is I don't need to specify the whole thing. Okay, it's similar to import from map, import square root, and then with the specification of square root, the function works, right? So something similar to this, say CS11 dot, and the name of the function is syllabus, right? Okay, so when you run this, oops, what happened? I need to change this to CS. Okay, save it, and then when you run this, I will get the correct answer of this is the syllabus of CS11, right? So this is how you create package, sub-packages. Now, in order to make it accessible from any part of the program, as of now, I have the sub-package, sorry, the main package and the, what is this? Okay, I have this, the main package, and then the main file in the same folder of the videos. Hence, I'm able to work it out, right? But the problem is, I want to make it workable from any part of the program, right? So this is where when the Python package directory comes into the picture, right? So you need to gain access. Now just go there. I'll just close everything and then go to IDLE and then just try to print the address like this. Import sys and then sys dot path. Okay, just run this function. Okay, it's a constant value, I guess. Sys dot path and then press enter. There is a file by the name of Python site package, right? I hope you're able to see this, right? So I just copy till this point, right? So you have the site packages folder. So it is this particular package in which all the Python related modules are, stored, right? So this is the reason from any part of the computer you're able to gain access to those modules. Okay, so likewise the package of lib computer subjects that we have created, if we could just put it there, then we'll be able to gain access to our created module from any part of the program, right? So make sure that you reach the folder location of the site package and then dump it there. So just copy and then I'll go to just copy this. Okay, just get it here, get the address here. But since it has double slashes in between, we'll try to get rid of one slash. Okay, just do this real quick. Okay, Make sure that you don't delete any characters. Okay, and then finally I get rid of this, and then when you press enter, oops, what happened? I'm able to see this properly. Slash the site packages. Okay. Okay, there you go. Now this is the folder location of the site packages, in which you have all the packages or the modules and the library. Let's say we have used the pickle module in the file handling. Well, you should be able to see the modules or the packages related to the pickle module, right? Same is the case with the math module, right? So when I search it, I'll get plenty of those. Many of them are related, right? So the crux of the matter is, it is in the site packages in which all the Python related packages or the modules are stored. So the one which we have created is in the video location, right? So we'll get that into this, so that we'll be able to gain access to it from any part of your program or your computer, right? So we'll just go to the videos, right? So where is it? Is it in pictures? No way. Where is my video? It's here. So I'll just copy this, Control X, or just cut it, and then I'll go back, and then I'll paste it here, right? So when I paste it here, it now becomes the part of the site packages of Python software, right? So we can now run it from any part of the program. You do not have to be in the same location in which the lab computer subjects has been created, right? So we'll try and run it. We'll go to the main the Python shell, and then we'll try to call upon the one which we have created. So it'll be like import. Okay, the name of the module is lib.com. You have the subjects, right? And then dot, the sub package is CS, if you could remember correctly. And then the name of the module is CS11, right? CS11. And then, in order to run the function of syllabus, which is defined in this module, we'll again have the complete name, libcom subjects, and then you have cs.cs11 dot, the name of the function is syllabus, right? Okay, so when you run this, okay, there you go. I get the right answer. What's this? Okay, this is the syllabus of CS11. So just like how I'm able to run the functions of built-in modules of Python like math, string, I could do the same thing for the user-defined the package of the lib computer subjects. Okay, so the fact that I'm able to run it from the default Python shell, it means my module, my package of lab computer subjects is now stored in a centralized area or common location, to which I'm able to gain access to from any part of the program. Okay, so this is all about how to create the Python packages. Okay, so with this, I would like to wind up today's lesson. I hope you have understood. Thank you.